I'm Christopher G. Moore, and I would like to say a few words about my novel, The Risk of Infidelity Index, which is the 9th novel in the Vincent Calvino series. A number of people ask me about the title, Index. Well, an index, I think, brings to mind for a lot of people, perhaps the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, other indexes which measure the volume growth over time. Now, it occurred to me that you can have an index for a lot of things, not just stock markets. There are indexes for crime. There are indexes for sports teams in terms of how well they're doing. It's really about probability. So it occurred to me, why wouldn't there be an index about fidelity? A lot of people in a globalized world find themselves transferred to other exotic locations. The question is what is the probability of faithfulness of spouses in these new locations? So the premise of the Calvino novel is that someone in America has come up with a risk of infidelity index which projects the probability of faithfulness or faithfulness on a country-by-country, city-by-city basis. Well, it so happens that Bangkok, according to this index, ranks number 1 in the probability of infidelity. Now, there are a group of 4 expat wives who are very friendly together, whose husbands have been transferred to Bangkok, who have been reading this index and over time have become quite anxious about the fidelity of their husbands. Have the husbands been sneaking out to massage parlors, going to Soy Cowboy, Pat Pong, Nana Plaza? So there's only one way to find out: hire a private eye. That's where Vincent Calvino comes in. His friend Ed MacPhail, who's taking a cooking class with these 4 expat wives, convinces them they should hire Calvino. Now, Calvino normally would take a case like this, but he has just come off a case where he thinks he's going to be in a fat city. He's been working on a case for a boutique, very wealthy law firm where he was contacted by a lawyer named Andrew Danielson. Danielson put him on a case to do investigation of an illegal bootleg pharmacy operation where they're basically counterfeiting drugs. Calvino stakes out the place, gets the video, and is actually quite pleased with himself. He thinks he's not going to have to take cases like the 4 expat wives. So he's on his way back to his office when suddenly he's passing by a massage parlor, which is next to his office. That massage parlor is called One Hand Clapping. The mama-san pulls him in, says there's a problem. We cannot get in to a room, a VIP room. One of our girls is missing. Calvino manages to get in to the room, finds out the girl is unfortunately dead. By the time he gets back to his office, he misses talking with Andrew Danielson. Danielson is at an Oxford-Cambridge party at a very fancy hotel in Bangkok. Unfortunately, midway through the dinner, Danielson is found dead in the restroom of this hotel, and the police are called, the ambulance comes, and it's put down as heart attack. Now, this is a very common thing on an autopsy report in Thailand. Heart stops. Now, whether it's a bullet or a knife or poison or a blunt instrument, indeed, heart does stop. Calvino feels rather sad about this, but of course, it was a professional relationship with Danielson. It wasn't like they were friendly, they were out drinking, this kind of thing. So he figures he will settle the account with the law firm. He rings up the law firm and says, I have the footage of this piracy operation. I'd like to deliver it, and I'd like to get paid for the work I've done for Danielson. No one wants to know. They don't want the video. They don't want to pay Calvino. Now, Calvino's a little bit upset about this. He's done the work. He has absolutely exposed this piracy operation. And the question is, why doesn't this law firm want the product that he was hired to do? Calvino becomes friendly with the young associate, an American lawyer named Lavelle. And Lavelle and Calvino, over the period of this book, find some of the secrets that were never disclosed by Danielson before his death about that piracy operation and about the true nature of this law firm. In between the research for what is going on with the law firm, Calvino is following the husbands because he's been forced to take the 4 expat housewives case to see whether they have been faithful or not. So we have an interplay between the one case involving the wayward husbands on the Infidelity Index and the other play on the faithfulness or lack thereof of this law firm and the way they're playing the game in Bangkok. Now, the book has been out by my publisher Grove Atlantic in the United States and by Atlantic Monthly in UK. New York Times has had very good things to say about the book, as the Daily Telegraph. I think the strength of the book is the portrayal of Bangkok. What I try to do in the Risk of Infidelity Index, as with the other Calvino novels, is to get on the inside world of the way that things work in the city, whether it's a big law firm, whether it's inside the minds of expat housewives, whether it's in a cooking class that they're taking, whether it's Calvino's friends. It's ultimately, piece by piece, I try to create a matrix of a city that is vibrant, alive, full of intrigue, full of danger, full of opportunity, and where those things lead depends on one's ability to navigate the social and cultural obstacles that expats find when they live and work in Thailand.